Why do we use f of x rather than y? There are many reasons why we use f of x rather than y, but in this video I'm going to start with the most basic of reasons. It's a lot like why you have a name rather than having everyone refer to you as hey you. I'm going to use this example to show you what I mean. Say I ask you to evaluate the function when x equals 6. The logical question you should ask is, in all of them, you want me to find the answer to all of them? Well, if I did, then we'd go into each one of these equations and replace the x with the number 6. If I did that, the first equation would have an answer of 11, the second equation would have an answer of 12, the third equation 2, and the last equation would equal 3. But what if I only wanted you to substitute 6 into one of these? If I only wanted you to substitute the 6 into one of these equations, then we need to give each one of these equations a name rather than calling every single equation y equals. So let's start with this first equation, y equals x plus 5. Let's call that first function the Fred function. So instead of using y, we're going to say f of x. That second function, y equals 2x, let's call that one the Gary function. So instead of a y, we'll have a g of x. The third equation, let's call that one the Mary function. Instead of a y, let's use m of x. That last equation, let's call that one the Jackie function. So instead of a y, you see j of x. Now that each equation has its own name, I can ask you to substitute 6 into just that first equation by writing f of 6. That means the f function evaluated at 6. Replacing the x with 6 and simplifying, I end up with the answer 11. To substitute 6 into that second equation, you would ask, find g of 6. It means go to the g function and substitute 6. When we do that, 2 times 6 is 12. So the answer to g of 6 is 12. That third one, to evaluate it at 6, I would write m of 6. So going to the m function and replacing the x with 6, evaluating 6 divided by 3, we get 2. So the m function evaluated at 6 is 2. Lastly, if we go to the j function, j of 6, that means we want to plug in 6 into that j function. 9 minus 6 is equal to 3.